I request the highest of fives.
Yo, bro, you going to Warzone now or not yet?
I'm just running amok in multiplayer, bro. I'm sad. I'm content. I'm content with where I am right now.
Okay.
I mean, if majority trying to go to Warzone, then that's cool.
I'm with it because actually Orlando is trying to play Warzone as well, so we have 4 right there.
But I don't fuck with that nigga now. Alright. Cool. But alright, let's see. He's trying to play right now, or?
Yeah, he's like on right now as we speak in this very moment in the crib
Okay.
of his house.
Well, let me as Mario knock out one more game and then we'll have
The place he
Warzone.
resides.
But
what?
What was I saying? Oh, and my cousin, we were so in the conversation, like I was low-key ignoring my cousin. She was saying though, it's also how you was brought up, which I do agree as well. You know, I think that does contribute to it at least.
What?
How we were brought up and how we'll bring up our kids. You know.
Yeah, but have you seen how soft parents are now, my nigga? Like,
yeah,
most...
but we don't have to be that way, nigga. I'm saying
you're talking about we, but we as 3 people.
I'm beating the shit out of my
she was talking about the
wow.
comment.
Wait, I'm gonna need you to what?
What happened?
I stand with him.
Bro, you beating the shit out of your kid and disciplining your kid are 2 very different things in very different contexts.
But I never said I was gonna beat them, bro. What are you talking about?
You just said you're gonna beat the shit out your kid.
No.
What did you just say?
That. I said I'm gonna discipline the shit out of my kids.
I feel like you said beat. I'm not gonna lie to you, Lionel.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
See, you definitely said beat.
Nah, bro, nah. Hear that, nah, bro, nah.
But
I'm gonna
she was talking about Lionel's initial comment about
big booty bitch.
about our daughters, because that's how it started. Lionel was like, yeah, your daughter's gonna do that, so is mine. So she's talking about that. That's what I said. It was way back then that I ignored her when she said that comment.
Yeah,
but then she says it matters about how we bring our kids.
Yeah, but no matter what,
I do think
bro,
they
gonna have
I
types,
guess.
and they gonna you know make their own decisions. There's only so much parents could do at the end of the day, bro.
And even then, like kids, like just because you were brought up a certain way doesn't mean you're gonna act that way. You might act that way around your parents, but that doesn't mean you're gonna act that way outside.
Yo, kids are a product of their environment, bro. Like they're only with us from the moment that they get home to the moment that they have to wake up and go to school the next day. Within those hours, within those hours, and the people that they're with, and the friendships that they have, the people that they're around,
it shapes them greatly.
It shapes them greatly. All we could do is talk to them. You can either beat them, you could discipline them, whatever. It's all up to them on whether that shit fucking goes through their head, and that's about it. Because at the end of the day, bro, like while they're up, they're gonna be seeing those people, and they're gonna be, you know, like either mimicking them because they want the attention.
And it also depends on what their interests are.
Exactly.
Like,
so there's only so much we can do, bro.
Ooh, cherry blossom camo.
But not only that, not only that. Well, I'm sorry to cut you off, but not only that, but when they get older, I'm just talking about middle school at this point, because middle school, you know, is a crucial part in, you know, these kids' lives, because, you know, like they don't really know who the fuck they are. People don't really know who the fuck they are until they're either like 16, 17, you know.
And that's like the people that like. And that's not even everybody. That's just a decent amount.
That's a decent amount of people, bro. Like, so they're middle school ages, bro. They're looking at all of these people and they're like, whoa, what the fuck? This is cool, you know. They're getting attention. I want to kind of be like that. I kind of like the attention. Or oh no, you know, like sometimes they want to hang with the low-key chicks or the low-key niggas, and you know those people end up being weird as fuck. Then you enter high school, your world opens up even more. And now
there's a hierarchy
you're
sometimes,
seeing,
depending on the school you go to.
There's a hierarchy. There's a class clown. There's the popular girl, popular guy, and
jock,
you know,
nerd,
jock, you know, nerd, all that type of stuff, bro. Like that shit, no matter what, bro, no matter what generation, that shit will always be there, and it's really gonna greatly affect them, shape them, because while they're wide awake, that's what the fuck they're dealing with. And then they're eventually, they want to have their own social life, so they're also going to hang out with their friends.
And don't forget about trends.
And trends, you know, like these fucking like artists, like hip hop artists, whatever, for like the urban artists and shit like that, the urban rappers and all that type of stuff. They are the ones that control the culture. Like honestly, bro, they control the culture. The hip hop artists. Yeah, so that type of shit, bro, like they are gonna that shit is gonna affect them greatly. And then when they come home,
they'll just put on a face.
They'll just put on a face. That's it. My little sister just puts on a face, you know. But luckily she got me, and that would legit, you know, talk to her and whatnot, and yeah.
And then imagine the kids that don't have a sibling.
Exactly. You know, like look at you, Will. I'm just gonna use you for example, because you know, like your childhood, even though you know you enjoyed it, you had your fun, whatever. Like, dude, like selling drugs isn't like it's not something that you needed to do, but you did anyways. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if you had an older brother or sister, and they would have disciplined you and you know, like told you, yo, this is not the way to go, then you wouldn't have done it. To be honest.
Yeah, but so the thing, there's a couple of things because I went on for a little bit. I want to go about the first thing you said. You know, you're a product of the environment. That's your quote. That's exactly what I'm saying. A child is a product of their environment, and everything you said, it definitely does contribute. But I definitely feel like a certain type of upbringing, it brings them into a type of headspace already when they get to that part of their lives. You know, like there's definitely like how you said how you were raised actually does impact. Like you no everything I said was true, 100% true. It was true. But I feel like if you depending how was you raised before that point, or how was you brought up before that point, or even during that point, you know, it's gonna change how you interact with those points. Yeah. Hopefully for the better. It depends. Well, it depends how you come up. Because if you come up with a type of household that's toxic or whatever or shit, then yeah, you're more likely to do that, to do what you see, to be with that crowd, you know, yada yada. If you end with a like me, like you said, for instance, with your example with me, you know, all the time that I was doing that shit and all that, it's weird because like kids think they know everything, but like especially even at the time, like I'm like I knew it wasn't okay, you know. I knew that it was a bad thing to do. I knew it wasn't okay, but like I still did it. But even though I still did it, it's because of how I was brought up. I did it the way I did it, you know. Because you even with doing something that bad, there's still rules to it, you know, or there should be rules to it, you know. How I see it, at least. Some people don't have rules when doing messed up shit like that. So that's what I'm saying. So like even though like it was how I was raised that made me do it the way I did it, to make me have some type of like I guess respect when it comes to it, like treat the people in the street a certain way when it comes to that, because of how I was raised. So the only reason why I'm bringing that up is because, like I said, no matter what, even if you do some crooked shit, even if you're doing the bad thing because of the trend, because of your friends, or even if you're doing that, depending how you was raised, should definitely have an influence on you while doing that, and make you either change the way you're acting, not get into it in the first place, or have an exit plan, because you know this ain't it, you know? Like, I'm doing this right now because I have to, or I'm doing this right now for I can look out for someone, but I know this ain't endgame. But the only reason why you think like that is because the way you was raised. So I do believe
this nigga is
I do believe being raised a certain type of way, either good or bad, definitely influences you when you get to those crossroads. Because like I said, those are definitely crossroads in every generation. Every person's gonna hit those crossroads. I think it depends the house you come from of how you're gonna act in those crossroads. You know?
Yep. No, I agree 100%. But here's the thing. I'm gonna give you another example as well. So in Dallas, right? This is a perfect fucking example. This girl, she's coming from a loving home, loving family. Yes. Like, yo, bro, like,
yo, this fucking
as united as that family is, bro. It's fucking insane the way that the failure that she turned out to be, and her brother as well, her older brother. So, I mean, from you know, from what I know, 'cause, you know, maybe she turned it around now. Who the fuck knows? However, her brother, her older brother, ended up being basically a kid who got a chick pregnant, I think at like 18, did not go to school, basically lives the life of a drug dealer, but I don't remember if he was or if he wasn't. He probably was. But point is, like, the love that their parents had for them and gave them, and everything that they got and received from their family, from their parents, like, they legit went the opposite route because of the people that they hung out with after that. Like, no matter how many fucking you know, like, lessons Dallas's mom, who is a great mom, you know, taught Dallas and shit, or at least was trying to teach Dallas didn't fucking listen because of the people that she was around, the hood niggas that she was around, the fucking girls that she was around as well. And
your friends probably have one of the greatest influence out of anybody.
But the thing that's what I said, they definitely do. But I'm saying, like with me, like, again, a personal example, I could have very easily, it's hard to explain, but I'm saying, like, the upbringing of how it is, and upbringing doesn't just mean unification. You could be a happy family and good to me. I don't consider that a proper upbringing, because I believe upbringing needs a lot of love, but it also needs a sturdy hand, you know? So if it was just love, and it was just like,
it was also steadiness. Like, that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I'm saying, because, like, because you said the mother was trying to teach her, but then, you know, the hood friend she was hanging out with was already too late. I'm like, yeah, see, it should have never got to a point of the hood niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, of course.
It should have never got to that point. After that point, yeah, then it's hard to pull someone back after they got to that point.
But that's the thing, bro. You can't control
everything.
Who your kids hang out with. That's the problem.
That's
what I'm trying to say. Like, when that's what I'm trying to say. Like, during the time that you're at work and the kids at school, bro,
I'm here fucking eating.
Until they get home, bro, like, you have no control over that, bro. When you're at work and they're at school, you have no control over that. They will still hang out with the same people that you don't want them hanging out with, bro. At the end of the day. Until something happens, and then
honestly, the only thing that will cause them to change is a literal life or death situation. That's the only thing that causes immense and actual change.
Or a big ass beating, to be honest with you.
Because
that just means you fucked up somewhere. You gotta be more careful. That's all the beating means.
I mean, well, right now, Smart, what you're saying is like some real hard-hitting nigga. There's some people that, you know, you could get maybe robbed or something, and you're like, alright, maybe I'm not doing this right. But anyway, the point is something has to happen to make you like, oh,